Hey everyone. I gotta get my mic set up and situated and all that stuff. Am I good? My audio good? I think I'm doing good. Yeah, I think my audio is good. All right, so that was Gravity Circuit by Dominic Ninmark. And now we're just going to go to some relaxing Super Nintendo music. So this should be fine. I just want to make sure it's not overpowering me. So, okay.
I'll make sure my stuff's set up.
Okay. So first order of business, before I got really started with my project that I was wanting to talk. Have you ever played any SS13? I don't know what SS13 is. So probably not. If I got a full title, maybe I could tell you. Right. So first order of business, what I wanted to do. Something someone asked me about in my YouTube's comments. I believe it was during one of my streams. They had asked me if I could do a review of an island that they had made and do some sort of review on that. And well, without further ado, I suppose I'll show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, there it is. Right, so this is the island that they sent me. It's I believe it was one of the comments. I don't have the comment pulled up at the moment. I can try looking at it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. I hope it didn't get removed by being counted as spam or something. So let me check that out. All right, comments and mentions. Let's see here. It seems there it is. It's just down. It was further down below. Yeah, it seems to be. Oh, it seems like there's multiple people. And it seems like they're using the same username, well, same profile picture. I'll show you. So Many Wounds and Carl Stejuan, they sent me a Sketchfab link to look at their island and sort of, I suppose, critique the topology or the kind of design of it. So I figured I'll do a little bit of that. By design, I think it's really, really nice looking. I think this would get a lot of karma on Reddit if you posted it as it is, if you had like a little turntable of it. So there's that. One thing that I'm curious of is whether or not this is like the actual map that you're going to play on, or if this is like, this is like, okay, we're gonna go into the
Dankus Islandus.
Thank you, Nick. So we have the
Dankus Island.
And it's not as good as Bungus Island, but we have this. So I can. Oopsies, didn't mean to do that. How do I bring this up? Yeah, Model Inspector, that's what I need. Right, so we can take a look at the underlying topology of what's going on. There's some areas that are really, really flat. And I don't know how well this would be textured or how all this will be. Space Station 13. Oh, of course. Yeah, I've heard of it. It's like a game where you and like 50 to 100 people go on a single station and there's these different branches. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never actually played it. I'm surprised it's not as big as like Among Us or something like that. It's super Among Us, obviously. Yeah, I can. honestly, it'd probably be a very interesting game night to get everyone in the Discord to use it. That would be interesting. We have like 500 plus people in that Discord, the PlayStation 1 Discord. But visually this is all right, and you always want to take my stuff with a grain of salt because I'm not a game dev. But my concern would be texturing this and UV mapping it. I think you could do good with splat maps, I believe is what they are. But I would imagine you would want this to maybe be higher poly with some more detail and stuff like that, because as it is, it's rather bare bones. So that would, all the extra stuff like trees and grass or monsters or chests or whatever, I'd imagine those would have to probably be done in engine, obviously. Also, there's like a little thing here. I don't know if that's like a headstone or if that's like a treasure chest or something like that. You can plant a bomb inside a person's chest and have a code word and make it explode. Yeah, I watched Oni Plays' bit of Space Station 13. I watched his video of it. So it's fucking crazy, the stuff that can happen in Space Station 13. It's very Clown Shoes. Wild stuff can happen. So that's that. I've never played it, but maybe someday. Okay, let's swap back to this, and I think my final say on this, I don't know how good it will be game-wise. I'm not a game dev. I'm very I'm not really the person to ask, but visually it looks really good. So yeah. Okay. Now I am going to go back to my thing, and I'm going to show off a thing that I had been working on for a while now. No snow caps in the island, though. Snow level underappreciated. It's volcano. Swap to console capture. All right, so I have been doing a rendition of Constantine's triumphal arch, something along these lines. I've already gone about and did all of the modeling, or largely all of the modeling, and now really I want to go about doing some sculptures up here at the top, little fellas, and I'm going to go about doing that now. Whether or not it's a good idea to do it on stream, I have no idea. I always feel that what I do is perhaps not the most interesting to watch, and I often flummox about not doing anything particularly important, so we'll go with it. I wish I had a better view of these guys up here, because they're all like JPEG crust. There's a lot of not much to see here, so I'm gonna have to use my imagination in terms of gesture and what they're wearing. I can kind of see, but not really that good. Although I do have other images I have pulled up. This one is far better resolution, by far, significantly better. So this leaves a lot less to the imagination. And then I think this one is from a completely different angle. I think this one's from behind. The triumph was the first indication of the coat of arms of the IDF. Very important historical architectural. Nice. I am not as good a history buff as Nick or Sawed-Off Clown is in chat. He is studying to be a history teacher, I believe. I believe he's studying to be a historical teacher. Right, so all this stuff, and we'll try to go about texturing this, which we'll see how that plays out. So first order of business, and the thing that I want to do, Israel Defense Force. Oh, okay. So, first order of business, I want to go about making these sculptures. I've made several of them. I got some basic human meshes that I had made, and it seems at the moment they're actually flesh-colored. That's awkward. We'll just delete that for now. We don't need it. So, I have on a different level. Let's see here, statues. So I have 4 different statue types that I have made. I should probably go about naming them now because I haven't. So just for clarity, I'm not trying to entirely recreate the arch. I'm just sort of going about my way of practicing, some design stuff and doing my take on it. So this is statue 2. Which one is this one? That's statue 1. Man, it's been a while since I've heard Super Mario World music. I can probably speedrun that game in about 10 minutes. I've had it since I was a little bab. Speaking of speedruns, I haven't... it's been a long time since I've done game challenges. I had probably months and months ago, probably closer towards the beginning of the pandemic, when I started trying to stream in earnest and burnt myself out very quickly. I had started doing game challenges, which got a few people interested, but I had done Oblivion, where I did a crackhead run where I could only use fists, and I don't believe I had any armor. So, alright. So I already had pre-generated a Rigify rig using a pre-made meta rig, specifically for this body mesh. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to parent this with automatic weights, and we can see it deforms pretty good. I think I got it pretty good. What is that? The Sickly Wizard SQ. I don't think I've... Why is that emote so flat? It flat. Alright. So I took a bit of measures to make sure all the body parts deform pretty good. This is the elbow. Let's see how it deforms. Pretty good. And I'll give you a little bit of a look at the topology of that. So we have the elbows here, where there's 3 lines splitting it up, and then there's this area in the back where it kind of condenses inward. Are you going to leave the statues as they are today, or colored as they were back in the day? I'm going to probably do it as they are today, because from what I understand, those statues were actually painted. They were actually painted in terms of there's strange variants of my emotes that I did not make, but yeah, the statues were actually painted. So it's probably far more interesting to just leave them as they are, because I don't think they look good painted. Yeah, let me see here. Let me see if I can find an actual restored Roman statues. Yeah. Yeah. This is an example. That looks... No, sir, I don't think I like it. Oh, hey, look, it's Jesus, I think. Yeah, that's Jesus. Hi, Jesus. Bye, Jesus. What the hell's going on here? I honestly prefer the non-painted versions. I agree. So yeah, we're gonna go with non-painted because they're a lot less tacky. They look less like shit. But to be fair, they were probably I don't know how you would determine how they're painted. I'm assuming there must have been either like what's the word? Forensic residue of like evidence of paint existing or something along those lines, or I don't even know. Rome had no taste. No, they just stole everything. Right, so let's take a look at these. No, this one. So let's start off from the left. We got this guy. He's got the he's got that Roman drip, as it were. He's got that pose going. Oh god. What have I done? By the way, is my music balanced? I think I'm pretty good. I might go just a little bit lower just to play it safe. There we go. Bro, why he standing like that? Like I said, Roman drip. Right. So I think the first order of business is doing the hair. Now, I'm gonna break out my pen, my stylus, and all that shit. So you can already kind of see it in the seams and how I have it, but let's break this bad boy out. Oh, bruh. Shit. There we go. Yeah, that was a lot of work, huh? Right, so humans have a very particular hairline, and it kind of differs between male and female, from what I understand. You know, I always take what I say with a grain of salt because I'm stupid. So, for men, we tend to have hairstyle like this. So they have lines like this, and then it kind of squares off like that. And it kind of comes down towards the end of the ear. Stuff like that. And then, like, the jawline is where the beard would start, right? So something like that. So that's generally how the hairline would be. So we're gonna have to find the topology that would work as the stand-in for that, which really already exists. It's this line right here goes down, and then that way. That's really what it is. And we're gonna have to try to replicate that hair that we saw in the image as best as possible without going too crazy. So let's go into here and let's take another look at this. Matter of fact, it might be better to just save the image, and then we can get this settled. So it's, do I have it in here? Where is it saved? 1 second. Okay. Roman arch. I thought it was like ancient arch or something like that. Nope. Oh. There it is. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we'll make a new folder for references. There we go. And I don't think I'm going to go about changing the name. I think the metadata is probably fine with that. What? Why? He's got the fucking, like, modern hipster hair and beard going on. I didn't want to say it, but he kind of does. Got the caps going on. Then again, you know, long hair was just kind of a thing back then. Long hair, long beard. It's a style that works. It's what I'm rocking right now. But, you know, don't want to shave because it costs money. That and, you know, the plague. So, there's that. Alright, let's load that image in. Just throw it back there. So first order of business is we want to get this hair going. So, I'm going to select by this. We're just going to make it a hair helmet for right now. But hair tends to be cut in a way that kind of fades. Let's try that. Ugh. There we go. I'm trying to slide it in a bit. There we go. So we're just going to slide this in. He kind of does have a bit longer hair. That's very crusty, so try to figure this out. So I think his hair is swept. I think. So I'd imagine that there is some kind of part in his hair. Like, I think it's probably a part somewhere in there, and then it kind of goes that way. Something like that, I think. So, oh god. Hair went crazy there. Oh shit. Well, guess I'll just have to delete that then. There we go. There we go. Before I got started, I actually contemplated doing some kind of Bob Ross thing where instead of doing something like this, where I do a little bit of character modeling and stuff like that, where I would instead just like take a Bob Ross painting and do some, you know, quick, well, not really quick modeling, and just kind of replicate it. But at the same time, I don't know how interesting that would be to watch, because they're just completely different mediums. So I would basically be trying to find ways to replicate what he's doing in a medium that is completely different. That's, you know, what he does is far faster than what I can do. So, you know, by its nature, there would be a problem. Okay. So I'm going to add some sharps to this to make this look like it's popping out. Let's just... Whoopsies, I cleared the seams instead. There we go. So now he has a very clear hairline. is this music? Is this? I think this is Secret of Mana. I think. All right, I'm off to play Disco Elysium. Keep in the background. All right, thank you.
Ciao.
All right, see ya. Right. Yeah, one thing that I gotta do is I gotta get my next game of D&D set up. We're scheduled to do this Sunday, which is tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. What is that hair doing? I can't fucking see. It may be that it's swept on the right. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, bring it down a bit. We had an interesting encounter last D&D game where the entire time they had been planning to do an assault on a brigands camp. They had been building up to take the fight to them and destroy them, basically. So they managed to get a cannon and the enlisted help of, I think, 8 other people. And if anything, anyone should take from big D&D campaign, big D&D encounters, is that it can be rather sluggish. So you have to be really careful to make sure that it doesn't bog down the gameplay with a shitload of rolls, which kind of by the nature of how it was going, that was kind of just how it would play out. If anything, what I could have done better, I could have abstracted the brigand group, the actual large portion of the brigands, to be they just all have 1 dice roll. And then just have them do a large amount of damage, but that might not be necessarily fair to someone who's caught in it. Instead of, they'd have more of a chance. I don't know. Something I also admit to is that hairstyles aren't particularly my forte. So, people tend to go to school for a really long time to get something, to be able to do hair in real life. So it's difficult. All right, I do want to bring the ears out a bit, I think. You'll notice that the ears themselves are a completely separate model, disconnected from the actual body. It's easier to model ears that way, and you don't have to have as much topology available to support them. So God, I wish that was so much easier to see. It's frustrating. Yeah, before I myself make any kind of tutorials or any kind of video that express how you should do hair or anything like that, I'm gonna have to know better myself. Because the last thing that I want to do is spread my ignorance, which something that is something I have used just for my sake of learning is when I would making tutorials is very good at learning things for yourself because there's a online principle that I can't remember what it's called, where if you say something wrong for long enough, someone who knows better will come out and say something. So part of that has been my been what I've used to help myself learn in a way, to kind of tease out someone who knows better than me. Try to figure out what's the best way to get this damn hair looking good. Because especially since I can't fucking see it, it's hard for me to replicate it by visuals, and my understanding of doing hair is, well, it's not very good. It just has like a very, yep, this is dude bro hair. He is person. So it doesn't really look like it is, it doesn't look like the Roman statue that we're looking at. Although, part of the ensemble is the beard and mustache, so that is equally important. Oh, turning this down just a touch. I got scratches all over my arm. I think the dogs just... they need their claws trimmed. They tore up my arm, so that's cool. Alright, so to get the beard, I'm thinking I'm going to take... Okay, let's triangulate that. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna take some of this. Actually, I didn't do it to this side. Alright, let's take a sculpting brush. We're not really going to worry too much about symmetry. You still got to model the clothing and all that, so... And, faces aren't strictly symmetrical. They are closely symmetrical, but not perfectly so. So we're just going to very roughly smooth these out, since hair has volume. What if we added a sharp to this? I'm going to play around a bit. I think the hair is somewhat getting there, but obviously that was dumb to add sharps. Now let's clear those. There we go. And I do want to clear those seams as well. They're going to be in the way for a while to come. Where the hell are they? Bones pass. Oh, there they are. Seams. There we go. Okay, let's... Yeah, we had one seam that was close together. Okay. There we go. Bring that out. Yeah, I think his hair should sweep out a bit more. I think that's pretty good. We can make this seam in his hair more obvious. Just sort of placing it along like that. There we go. I think we're getting closer now. Alright, now I want to get the facial hair. And since I'm not particularly worried about animating the face or anything like that, he's going to be a statue. Part of me wants to do it with just by cutting the topology and just extruding it. That's an option. Of course, what I could do it like the ears, where you make the mustache, excuse me, an external portion of the mesh, and then it would just do what it does. So let's see here. Would this work? Where did that go? There we go. Let me just merge that by distance. We'll try again. I'm assuming that worked, right? Yeah, that all just sort of came back together. I think it's largely going to follow the topology, but it's going to break probably about right there. I'm going to have to make this symmetrical. 1 second. There we go. Delete that. Add a mirror modifier. There we go. Hold on. Make sure we have clipping turned on. Now we might just cut this to make this work better. That's always a possibility, just to free up topology. I'm not too sure if I'm keen on the idea. He's got a handlebar. I don't know. Ow. You know what? See if we can get some Roman statues that have, you know, up close fucking facial hair that I can see. Imperial statues. Not much. Poseidon? That's... yeah. Big muscular dude with hair and beard. That's ambiguous as to which god that is. That could be Zeus, that could be Poseidon. Wait, those are Greek gods. Saturn and Jupiter? Yeah, Jupiter would be Zeus and... no, Neptune. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah, Neptune and Jupiter. Oh, wait, did they have... fuck. I can't remember if they had Saturn as their analog to Zeus, because I think they thought Saturn was the biggest? Fuck. It's been too long since I've looked into Roman anything. Okay, so this seems like a pretty good reference for a beard. That would also be pretty good. Blood. Thinking about that, there's all kinds of historical. I don't know if historical. That's probably not the proper. There are like documented cases, and documented quote unquote and all of that of statues bleeding from the eyes and nose and shit like that. So, no idea where that all comes from, but we don't get fucking stories like that anymore. So, there's no real like, the something or other blood. Here's blood. Oh shit, I gotta check something. I think I'm getting messages. Yeah, I am. Oh. Okay. That was Nick talking about the Israeli Defense Force and their coat of arms stuff. Yeah, let me get this going on. This is what he sent me. So where's the Ark of the Covenant? Yeah. 1 second, I'm gonna close that out now. This. Okay. I think that's some pretty okay. We have some pretty good visuals for reference for this. So let's pull this up. My Bane. I've made it wait, it's not symmetrical. No, the symmetry thing don't work. Oh. Persons. That'll be fine now. There we go. Alright, I think this is working pretty alright. Let's just extrude. Ooh. Oh no. Extrude that in that direction, and then we'll just take these faces and then just yeet. Don't need them. Smooth them. Do that. And just like that, he looks like he belongs in a coffee shop. Alright. Take these, bring them out. That back in. There we go. And we can control how thick, whatever we want it. Alright. I think since we took it from the underside of the nose, it should be weighted properly. Of course, we have all these other statues we need to go about modeling as well. But his mustache, it's goo. Okay. No. I have if we're gonna do that, it has to be applied. So it would be applied. I think that would fix it. Yeah. That. There's that. And whether or not. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think what we'll do. I think we will actually merge this with the material with the mesh, so that way it isn't sticking out like this. It should probably. At the very least, the underside will be shaded sharp. The top will not, because it grows out and goes down. So, at the very least, the top should not be. Yeah, this is better. So let's go about fixing that. So if we join these together, there we go. What we can do, let's take that and let's start joining this to that. All right, let's take this. Let's snap it to edge. We'll snap it to that edge. And this one's different, so we'll have to snap that there. Okay. Let's subdivide those two edges. There we go. Alright, so those faces can get deleted. Alright, delete that face. Does that work? I think so. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll take this, merge that there, and that there. Okay. Actually, no. Bevel that. Those go there. Okay, that's probably just gonna get deleted. Take that edge, that goes there, and that goes there. Okay. So is that... Okay, those can get deleted. Those are no longer important. There we go. And then that becomes a face. There we go. So all that in there gets marked sharp. Hello, Anakin. Is that what's one of the quotes from him? Hello there. I never watched the prequels. All right. Delete those. Oh shit! Where did the Twitch go? I can't see it anymore. I love your videos. Do you plan on making more horror models? I go with whatever the flow takes me. I like to think they are real, though. Oh god, what was I talking about earlier that I don't even remember now? I could probably do more horror-related stuff. I tend not to. I don't know. Okay. Take these. We'll just do that. There we go. Okay, this is Donkey Kong music. Donkey Kong Country. Halloween in May. Spooky September. Honestly, that's an idea. We could do that. Mark sharp there. Take that, make a face. Nice. And he looks like Ewan McGregor. Whoopsies. Not Mark Sharp. Not Mark C. Mark Sharp. Also happy May Day, comrade. Okay. On Cinco de Mayo, I go get my last COVID shot, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, so I think we got the hair pretty damn close to how it should be. Like this is how it should be. clear that sharp. And let me bring that out. Yeah, we'll mark that. Mark sharp. There we go. Now it looks good.
Nice. Oh.
The back of the hair looks like shit. That don't look good. I don't have my mom's trained understanding of hair and all that stuff. She's an actual trained, what's the word now? Cosmetologist, right? Is that right? Yeah, cosmetologist. That's it. Like she's an actual trained hairstylist and shit like that. So she knows what she's doing. I, on the other hand, do not. But I got it relatively alright. I'm assuming that if we were doing something like that, bevel that, maybe. Because it's kind of like shaggy, long hair, right? That's kind of the ordeal here. Oh. Yeah, I'll probably do something with this here in a second. Because I don't think there should be this gap right in here. I'll probably clear that up here in a second. Okay, merge by distances. Is there any kind of problems with the normals? A little bit. But that's more along the topology just being dog shit on my end, and I haven't planned it properly. That's my bad. Well, that seems to made it better at least. Okay, let's not fuck around. This here's the problem. Just gonna merge these areas in. Okay. I think I want to get the hair posed, well, the body posed real quick before we get this actually moving. So we gotta get that drip pose, as it were. 1 second. Where the fuck did that even come from? Like, where did the fuck did that joke come from? I can't find the original. Whatever. But, you know, just give him, like, some... You know, all we gotta do... Let me get drawing here. So, you know, all we got... let's see here. What kind of pen do I have at my disposal? Can I... Yeah, we'll just... Alright. I want this to be black. There we go. Nice. Oh god, it's gonna look like fucking cartoon quality. Well, not cartoon, fucking child quality. You know when you when you're like back in school, like fucking elementary or whatever, you would like open up a history book or whatever, and some fucking kid had doodled in the book or whatever. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. And you know, cause he's so cool, he's got, you know, that fucking thick ass roach, that fucking hot fucking Jamaica cigar. All about that Wade, right? That's so fucking stupid. Okay. That was a worthy diversion. So let's leave it like that. Alright, we'll get him in pose. Okay. Alright, I think what we'll do. Let's rotate. Almost just a little bit. Bring it a little bit forward. All right. Okay. Now, take this arm. Put it in place here. Probably put it just a little bit forward. Now, the point of this isn't to... We're just trying to get him in a position so that way we can sculpt and model him further in a way that is, you know, beneficial to us, whether or not. If there's any problematic distortions, we'll just go about fixing that and, you know, all that shit. Alright. Okay, let's relax the shoulders just a bit. Bring that down a bit more. Alright. Like that. Also kind of. It's kind of looking off this way just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, hopefully after my last COVID shot, I'll be able to do in-person D&D again, and it'll be a shame because I made a pretty good amount of like online content with you know, Tabletop Sim, and I did a pretty good amount of maps and character design and stuff like that, but at the same time, I just can't beat. I just can't. You can't beat the feeling of being in person. So, you want to rotate that back a bit and bring the shoulders out. That's better. Bring that closer to the chest. Of course, the problem with that is that, you know, I have a player, Nick, who's in the chat as well, who is also all the way across the United States. So if we were to have an in-person game, everyone except him would be present, like physically. So he would have to dial in on like a tablet taped to a Roomba or some kind of robot stand-in of some sort. But yeah. Okay. Now, since we're not. He doesn't necessarily just tape. Yeah. Well, we were just gonna tape him to the Roomba, really. Yeah. Good choice. This is a good choice of music. So I'm assuming. Now I don't know shit about the actual regalia or the clothing that was worn much back in Roman time, but it looks like I mean, it's not a toga. I don't think it's. I typed in togo. No. I don't think it's strictly a toga because it has sleeves. Togas don't really have sleeves. I mean, no. He's got this ensemble going on, and the point of it is that he doesn't like it. It's like belted there, and it extends down past the waist. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know. Are you currently going to write out the inscriptions, or are you going to do meme Latin? I will probably try to get as close to the actual engraving. I don't know whether or not I can fit it on the texture. It's a different story. Or if I would have to make an entirely different. If we were doing this authentically and unlimited to 256, for my texture dimensions, I may probably have to use more than one texture. So that would be awkward. But other than that, yeah. Okay, so this is the pose. Meme Latin it is, probably. Yeah, I think those are folds in his toga. I guess it's toga. Biggest dickus. What's so funny about biggest dickus? Right, so we'll just go about doing this. Here's what we'll do. Alright. So the pose. You know what? I think I can do a little bit more. Rotate the foot, and then rotate the leg. No one stands really with their legs kind of pointing in the direct direction. I kind of stand like that. And let's move these all to the... Make a hit layer strictly for hiding things. There we go. And we'll just hide that. I think this is the exact... I have a very good friend whose name was Biggest Dickus. Yeah, there you go. That's what he did. Right, now we're gonna have to figure out how to do this. I think you probably will apply the pose. You know what? We'll duplicate him, and we'll move. We'll hide this one. We'll move him to hidden. So, this one will apply the armature to in case we decide we want to go back. And this display modifiers cannot be applied to multi-user data. Okay. Apply a shape key. Yeah, that'll do. So then that would mean I could just, yeah, that. And then just delete that. And, well, then that, yeah. You know what? Yeah, undo that. We'll undo that. Actually, yeah, because this created the duplicate. Okay, so this is statue 1, posed. This is the posed version of the statue. So if we apply this, okay. So at the moment, show you what's going on. We have the scene, the Roman arch that we've made, and we have one of the people actually posed in the statue. However, he is not posed because of the way that we had to maneuver it, and also, oh no, he doesn't actually. This one doesn't have the texture. And so if we set this to statue posed, we actually get him in that that Gucci pose, whatever the fuck it is. And of course, we also have him on the other side, because that's just how it works. Apparently the guy you're modeling is a Dancian prisoner. Well, from what I understand, let me look back at these. So, prisoner. These guys, this guy, and... Oh, not that guy. Okay, so these two guys are wearing caps. And from what I understand, these caps signify that these guys are freed slaves. I think that's correct. So, if the caps are worn to signify that they are freed slaves, then that's what that looks like it is. That's what that is to be. So, yeah. So, let's get back to here. Never heard about the caps thing. Well, I heard it from, I think it was from the Procrastinators podcast, the French Revolution. The French Revolution one with Munchie. I think that was the one that I heard that from, but, you know, that's maybe apocryphal or bullshit. No idea. It was all for entertainment anyway, so. Okay, so we have him here. And let's go back to the statue layer so we have a cleaner workspace. Okay, so the hands, if I can get a hold of those, they are not going to be a part. Oh, they are not going to be a part of the. Okay, let me see the seams now because it's become apparent that I need to. Seams, there we go. I unwrapped these hands like a fucker. This is actually let me double check what they look like in. No, they're unwrapped like a complete prick. Okay. Okay, so let's select the arms and torso. Let's hit I. He swole. Oh no. Okay. I thickened him up too much. Did I get that depth? Oh, that was the wrong thing. There we go. Just wanted to give it a little bit because he's wearing clothing. Now the hands, come on, there we go. Different contexts. The French considered the Liberty Caps to be a symbol of freedom. In the late 70s, the Arch of Constantine was around the year 200. I believe Munchie was stating that the caps signified their liberty from the slavery. So I think that was the context that he was explaining why the hats were a symbol of liberty. I think. Funny story. Tom, the guy who did the Guilty Gear and it's not really a funny story, just a funny coincidence. The Tom who did the Animorphs and the Guilty Gear lecture on that for their podcast, he actually followed me on Twitter. So just the smallest of possible internet connections. I was like, okay, yeah. I thought it was cool. What the fuck is this? Delete that. There we go. Yeah, just sort of very small internet connection. Yeah, I do. I post my my stream notifications on there, and a little bit of my work, just some small art stuff. I put the gun up there. All right. Okay, I need to get out of this mode, unhide it. There it is. Okay. So considering that this is posed, yeah, we can just take these and move them to hidden space. What? Look at my shader. This is not the right shader. What's the material called? Text material? What? Text material? Why the hell's that on there? Okay, when I was looking at this, he has like a color compression to him. Oh, that's why I thought this was the. I thought this was the. What's it now? I thought this was the principled BDSF. No. This is my default material. My bad. For now, we're gonna use the principled BDSF. Just it looks a bit more like marble, really. Okay, so I think that the toga kind of ends at the elbows. Like they kind of cut off like right here. So I'll probably just do that. Something I wanted to do at some point or another, sometime in the future maybe. I wanted to start a podcast. I thought that'd be fun. I don't know if I have the commitment to stick with it, but Okay, so let's take this. Let's bevel that, and take that, expand it, and this is where that toga will extrude from. I don't know if he has a cape or not. Like, I don't know if that's like a wrap, like if it wraps around the back of him or not. I have no clue. It looks like it, but it's not strictly true. Take that, mark sharp. There we go. Do that again. Mark sharp. Every podcast has their shtick. What would yours be? I guess at the end of it, you just grab all of my guests would grab a stick and hit me in the balls, I guess.
Smash my cock with a rock I must. Maximum pain I must endure.
Have you ever tried DMT? Dick mutilation torture. That's a drug, DMT. I'm aware of what it is. But congratulations, I've managed to create my own what's it now? Analogy? Anagram. What is an anagram? I've gone and confused myself. Because there we go. Finger guns, yeah. Okay, that goes down to the knees. Really, what I would want is I would want a podcast that was really about like artistry or something along those lines. I don't know. Okay, so since we're modeling, this one of the principles that I have sort of established for myself is you only need to model what you're really seeing. So anything else can really just get destroyed. So I don't know how far up one would go. Let's solve that. Delete that. Yeah. You only need to model what you can really see. And I just about guarantee that a sculptist would not model like the far underside of this. Though that being said, I have heard of sculptors that are very articulate and are pretty damn good like that, but not everyone is. So. Okay, let's bring that up. And let's figure this out. You know what? Okay, let's put that there. There we go. There we go. There we go. That and yeah, fuck it, we'll just do this. Go. There we go. Part of the leg is sticking out of the toga there. Is it? What is that? Oh, look, his ass is sticking out the toga. Yeah, get rid of that. What was that? There's some residual something going on there. Well, it's gone now. Cleared it up. All right. We gotta mark the inside of this sharp as well. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. Whoopsies, don't do that. Clear seam, that's what I want. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a kind of a cloak, or is it kind of looks like a cloak because it looks like it's pinned right there? I don't think togas, they don't really have pins. It look, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's a toga. So I'm thinking some kind of cloak, maybe. As long as it looks like it's a bed sheet. Yeah, that's it. I think we'll go with a cloak type thing. So if we do that, we're probably going to end up destroying a good bit of his model in the back to get it looking right. So it's along the shoulders, down the arms. This is going to be painful. This is going to be rather painful. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this. Because at the arms... kind of do this. Alright. Hello there. I think for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna take the edges and do that with them. And then we'll mark them sharp. So for shading's sake, they'll be a lot simpler. Yeah, we're already getting problems like this. But if we're gonna have you ever thought about doing animation based on Kenshi? Kenshi, huh? I only found Kenshi a few days ago. What was it? Yeah, like a week ago when Joel played it on Vinesauce. So I don't really know exactly what kind of art style they have going on. It's like, is it like post-apocalyptic or is it like future? 1 second, let me look at. We'll look at Kenshi. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the game Kenshi. I'd rather it not have done that. It fucking looks like, remember when we played that, like, Lost World, was it? Post-apocalypse with swords. Yeah, it looks like fucking Lost World, the MMO we played. Meat Machine. Post-apocalypse with swords. Yeah, it's really good. I know the gimmick with Kenshi is that it's non-linear. It's very strictly non-linear in that it's almost Dwarf Fortress-esque in storytelling, where there is no strict, there's no quests. There's no storyline to follow. You basically do everything to make your story. Okay, god damn it. I should have set this to begin with. Take this image. You can only view it from the front. Jesus. Good. Driving me crazy, this thing. Alright. So we're gonna take this and that. And that. I have wanted to do animation of some variety for a long time, but I feel that I want, if I'm going to make an animation, I want to have an established script. It needs to be done for me. So that way I can just worry about getting the scenes done and planning everything, and I don't have to worry about story or thinking about, oh, fuck, where do I go from here? It needs to be done. So all thinking is done. All I have to worry about is character design and art. So yeah, and I'm a stubborn prick, so everything must be done by me. Okay, it just looks like he has very long sleeves. That's not the case. I keep seeing my doodle and it's stupid. Let's triangulate that. For simplicity, let's just compact that together and that together. There's a lot of areas that I can just compact, so that way I don't really need to worry so much. Let's dissolve that and see what that does. That's pretty good. A lot of these areas that I put in were for rigging when I'm done with it. When I posed it, that it wouldn't deform, and now that we have it set in a particular pose, it's no longer necessary. So we'll just go about cleaning it up. Yeah, there we go. Let's turn off seams again. Is going on here? There is. Okay. There we go. Cock. Go there. Yeah, there you go. There's a problem solved? Question mark. What is this fuckness? Okay, just delete that face. Okay, that's that. Bring that out. Bring that out a bit. It's part of the shoulder topology. This is super messy. I'm over here bastardizing ancient architecture and sculpting. Okay, that can What in the fuck is happening here? There it is. That's better. Simplifying some things. So another thing I should probably fix. Patterns in Toga, or whatever the hell you call it. Why don't we select them and make them sharp? Can't even really notice them. Can't go too crazy with that. Otherwise that happens. Alright, let's see how normals are doing, making sure that I don't have anything dumb. Face orientation. Ah, like that. Yeah. Calculate outside. Oh shit, there is a hole all the way around there. When did that happen? Okay. That's supposed to be a face, and oh, I think I remember deleting something like this. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, that fixed it though. Turn the there we go. When did this get marked C? What is... Yeah, clear that. Still can't even. You still can't notice it. Fuck it. It'll come out when we texture, which I don't know when that'll happen. Especially considering I'm still modeling. That would McGregor looking ass. God damn it, damn doodle. So stupid. Okay, so if he has a cape of some sort, I would imagine if I good. If I hit Alt V, oh god, it's gonna get messy real quick. Oh. Okay, that cleaned it. Good. This is galaxy brain level thinking. Okay, so extrude that out. What's your poly count at? 788. I can do better. I can definitely do better. Because a lot of this stuff is probably gonna get just fucking. Yeah. You know what? Oh god. That and that. I'm not so sure. Because I want to connect all that and all that to here. And you know what? Okay. I restored it. Maybe there. Would it be bridge edge loop? Nope. Yeah, that's kind of working. Yeah, some more internal problems. Bring that in. Depending on how well I can make this work, I could probably just start deleting some shit. Okay, take these, we'll delete that. Make that a face. Make that a face. I guess make that a face for now. And then all these areas in here that are internal, we just delete. And do we have any visual problems? I think, okay, we can see the outside, so just do that. That fixed that. Yeah. Okay, I accidentally deleted this. This was not meant to be deleted. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the count is down here at the bottom. Why not face? And that's fine. Been streaming for close to about an hour and 42 minutes. I might go and grab something to eat here in a bit. So, yeah. Okay, let's dissolve that real quick. There we go. Alright, let's extrude that out. Fuck, I only extruded that face. Nope. There we go. Oop. Alright, bridge edge loops. Got some Eternal Faces to get rid of. And then we're slowly trying to build this up. Okay. What is this? Not important. Delete this face, this face. Did you finish the gun you were working on? I did. I did finish it, and I posted it on Twitter. But for those of you who probably won't see it on YouTube or whatever, I'll show you what I had gotten done with the flintlock. This is where we are. I added some engravings and stuff. I finished up the handle. And yeah, and it also fires. So let me show that off. So I had it fully rigged and all that. Demonic gun. No, it's magic. It's draconic. It's arcane. All right, so let's hide everything. Header, tools. Yeah. So we play it. It's rigged to load, so it pulls back the lock and puts down the pan. And when you pull the trigger, it the emblems. Flintlock. Yes, it is a flint lock as opposed to a cap lock or a match lock. It has a little piece of flint hooked right here, and when the trigger is pulled, the hammer falls, strikes against the piece of steel, and the gunpowder prime that is put in that pan right there is ignited by the flint being struck, causing the powder in the gun to ignite, expanding very quickly, also or more scientifically, exploding or igniting or combusting, whatever the fuck. That causes the load to go off and it discharges the bullet. So that is my understanding of how flintlocks work. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna need to post that video now. I kind of forgot about doing that. I haven't posted that stuff up in a while. So don't save. We haven't done much. And here's our Roman drip. We got. My name is Dionysus, and I'm here to say I'm gonna slap your ass in a major way. Oh, God. Okay, I think I'll just take these. Oh shit. Delete that face. Not Roman drip, Dracian drip. My bad. I'm sorry. All right. Also, I use the Greek name Dionysus. That is very much not Roman. At least I don't think they use that as a Roman name. I doubt it. Yeah, that's the god of wine and Thukin. Okay, let's. Thukin, yeah. Friday Night Thukin. Okay. Delete that face. There we go. You have upset the Balkans again. Oh no. My grasp on history is very, very small. The only history I know is from Sabaton. Oh, what in the fuck? Oh god. There's a mess of shit going on right now. I don't. Okay. Okay, that's that. Right. Let's, if I can. Nope. You were alive during the last Balkan conflict. I mean, yes, but that doesn't mean that I know anything. Okay, there's so much shit going on here. I cannot see what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to open them up. Okay. Oh, I think I just need to do this. There you go. There he is. And I think, yeah, there was only one little area in here that... Insane drip, I know. Okay, I know I marked these sharp, and yet they are not. Make a 2009's meme format out of this. Huh? Rage Comics. Oh no. Okay, mark sharp. There it went. This Chad right here. I wouldn't McGregor looking ass. Okay. Oh. Yeah, there's some fuckness going on with his hair. Whoa. Okay, nothing like that. Alright, I think everything's pretty clean. Alright, that's probably something I should do. Let's mark the hair sharp underneath the head. Alright, mark sharp. Nice. We can see this a lot better in the material capture, how well we did. Because this will point out to us any sort of complications in the topology. Also, we did kind of inadvertently created a little collar for him because he's actually got clothing on now. So I'll select all the area around his neck. I think I got it. Mark sharp. Nice. Fucking, he looks like young Obi-Wan. And I don't think they wore pants under this, right? I don't know much about Roman apparel, but I don't think they wore pants. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think you'd really be able to see the legs from where they're going to be up on, so I don't know how much of a deal it's going to be, but I don't know. All right. Symmetry. I'm glad the symmetry's working so very well. It's not working fucking at all. For a good amount of time, they believed pants were barbaric, but the man you're modeling is a barbarian, so it's good. Yeah, he's Dacian.
It's barbaric. I must have my cock out.
And we wonder why a lot of the Greek soldiers were gay. Greek and Roman. Well, Did they demonize homosexuality in the Roman times? They didn't for Greek. Greek was, yeah, that's just how we roll. But in Roman culture, it might have been different. It may have been a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, we got a statue now. It's complicated. Yeah, I figured. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy answer. All right, so now we're going to have to mark this fucker up. Mark seams. All right, whoopsies. We got to bring the seams back. Isn't it always complicated? Let's be clear. Okay, so here's the head. How's the head? If I just unwrap it, will it work? Yeah, it largely works. Yeah. Pre-Christ is more accepted, but not in the way that it is today. Yeah. Okay, so the ears haven't changed. The hair has. And, oh. Yeah. It's not okay. It has to stay platonic then. Got it. It's only gave the balls touch. Okay, so we have the hair, we have the face. Let's just pin that. That'll be fine. Okay, so that's good. And I know the ears are good. Those haven't changed any. Wait, what? Okay, there's more to the... Whoops. There's more to this than I gave it credit for. Okay. I had everything else. I'm not going into the more details because it's Twitch and that's offensive to talk about certain topics. Yeah, you can message me on Discord later. You know, I don't know if I trust Twitch to not like nuke me or something for some kind of offensive thing. I don't know. It's very, very finicky. All right. Clear seam. You know what? Let's mark all the way up to that little area right there, because it should fold out. This will work very interestingly. Let's unpin that and unwrap. There we go. That worked pretty damn good. We can keep that now. All right. Got the head. Now we got to work on the body. Okay. This will be interesting. Okay, we already have that set up. You know what? Let's take that. Let's unmark that. There we go. Okay, I think that this is well wrapped. Well, not well wrapped, but well marked at the moment. But we'll just do that. Mark that. Alright, Soda. I already reported you. Get fucked, I guess. Sorry, Nick. You have to go to jail now. That's the rules. Can't do anything for you. You're gonna go to Twitch jail. Okay, where are those areas right here? They're crossing over each other, which is peculiar. Huh. Oop. There we go. Fine. Oh, fine. I mean, what I can do to make it just hit that and do that, there's a problem solved. Yeah. Yeah, now the legs are just kind of fused together. You know what? Let's do this. And that's a problem solved. JoJo Bizarre Event. I like how it isn't even. I like how it doesn't even like post the actual GIF. It's just it's a no context fucking line. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure FBI on the other side GF. Oh. Okay. Oh god. Okay. So these are roughly already kind of marked. So I think all these areas right here are good. But the new addition, this area up here is not, because, well, it was never a part of everything else. So we just take it. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to do a little bit of correction here. So these areas here. They're gonna need to be fixed.
Yep. Takes one step into the.
Why are you saying I'm the cellmate? Oh, okay.
What is happening?
Okay, there we go. So there's some fuckery going on with this. Like this. Ah! Cunt! Oh, what the fuck? Okay, there is some serious fuckery going on. Oh. That's the fuckery. I found the fuck. I found the fuckery. There. Fixed. Nope. There you go. That's pretty close. And then the feet. Feet should be affected at all. Yeah, feet are the same. Wide sick. I don't know why those emotes exist. I didn't make them. All right. Average scale, pack islands. Oh fuck, that's the torso. I haven't even touched the torso. So the feet are fine. However, this thing exists. Oh yeah, this is a mess.
You can't stop us. We're enjoying.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just I have no clue why they exist. How bothered am I really to fix? Okay. Oh, wait, what? No. Oh, I must have cleared a seam that was really important. Yeah, that was it.
Jealous of the wide sickly lip.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa. I wonder if a moderator made those, or if they're like. Let me check this out. There must be like edited variants that you can do or something. Stream Pride. All right, there you go.
Rainbows. Okay, that was helpful. Right, we're slowly gonna peel this back and try to figure this out. Okay. let's mark a seam going up this way. Hold on, what is that? I see internal faces. Those should not exist. And I believe... Okay, I have successfully managed to separate those two. Got it. But I've created an accidental separation here. Ow. Okay, let's clear that seam and that seam. What is there? It's like a... There we go. Problem solved. Ow. I didn't mean to do that. Mark that. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Where is that? Well, we don't need that then. Mark that, clear that seam and mark that. Yeah, so we've now separated one side entirely from the other. Like that. Now we need to do that for the other side. So we're going to go up here. And yeah, that's really it. That's all it took. Yeah. Okay, so there's a vertex right there, and it has to do with the ears and that hand particularly. Aren't the ears? Yeah. I think what I did. Here's what I did with the ears. Right. So I only had one side of the ear that was texturable. So you would only paint on this side, and the rest would just be nothing. It would just be like blank textures or whatever. So I think, yeah, well. Like the whole thing. Hide that. Right, so let's check how this would look in... What's it now? If this was textured now. So I want to know how this will look. Let's just plug that straight into the surface. So we have a resolution 256. There's some areas that are very, very stretched. And that needs to be fixed. Of course, there are some areas as well that simply do not have any checker area. These are the hand. These are the areas that I intended not to take texture, but that was strictly for a character. I think my tune is gonna change now that we don't have now that this is not that anymore. So, I don't think there was any purpose to have these. I don't think those really add anything to unwrapping. So there seems to be. Well, actually, I think I can fix that. There's like a tubular area right in here. I think that's where the hands are. Maybe. Yeah, that has to be it. Oh. Well, I can do that, but it. It's certainly not that good over here either. It's probably for the best to just take that whole area and just cut it off anyway. So that's what we'll probably do here as well. That. Alright, so I managed to cut a piece off I didn't want to. Damn it, my mouse keeps moving. The wires causing it to move because I pushed it from one end to the other. Okay. I did not mean to do that. What is going on with that? I'm assuming that's what that is. Okay. Yeah, that's the scene. Got it. Okay, so we have a seam marked here. However, there's no real reason for it because it doesn't do anything. Could mark a seam there as a possibility. I don't know if that would help anything either. And I don't see it on the other side. There's a lot of... So I'm seeing these faces right here. These really close together right there, and I'm curious what the hell that's about. What is... Okay, what is this face? Huh. bit. Right? Oh boy, that was some good milk. What's that a reference to? That has to be a reference to something. I don't get it. Okay, let's check the shading again. And it seems that we cleared up a good bit of the problems that we had. The face still stretches a good bit. Your clips? Oh, right. Ah, fuck. That was so... Yeah.
Oh boy, that was some good milk.
Zoop. I forgot entirely about that.
Oh boy, that was some good milk.
Alright, let's see if this fixes it up right now. Let's mark that. And let's unwrap. It's pinned, ain't it? I pinned it so it wouldn't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, it's pinned. Okay, so if we have it like this and we unwrap it, hell breaks loose. Is there internal faces? Any kind of problems like that? I don't know. The way it's going, I might just end up saying fuck it and... Like, seriously, what the fuck happened? Yeah, we're just gonna... I got an idea. That's not a very good idea. Here's how we'll do this. Just like the entire face like this. There we go. Take this. Oh, fuck. You project from view. Okay, we'll pin it. Everything else can just go around it. Yeah, there you go. That's not excellent, but it's alright. Okay, you know what? Let's fucking clear that. Clear this scene. There we go. I fixed it. That'll do. There's a little bit of stretching from one side to the other, but it's fine. Yeah, let's do that without rotating everything. So I'd like to keep the face in a proper orientation. We're also going to redo the hands, because the hands are thick. The hands are just thick. let's start with one of them. Let's completely do that. Right. Clear the seams. We'll start over. Whoop. Don't mark bevel. No. Mark seam. I want this to just fold open. Perfect there. However, the thumb can be a bit awkward. I think that would do. Whoop. Okay, how would this work? Just like that. Nice. That's the good shit. Alright, so we got one arm done. Now to do the other one. What the fuck is that instrument? God, what is this instrument? God. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, it's so bad. Is this music? Okay, 2:22. I can get a timestamp, I think. Okay, some mad lad actually went and timestamped this entire 5-hour playlist. Okay, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Rocket belt? Yeah, it's fucking pilot wings. Okay. Okay, well this is not worked out the same way. God damn it, this music is so stupid. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what's the difference between this one and the other one? I don't see much difference. Yeah, the first hand is a fuckload better, and I don't really know why. Was it? Ah. Like, nothing changed. Literally the exact same. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. What? There are things that are still pinned that are hidden. What is going on with that? Ah. I think that's what's going on. There is extra stuff hidden and pinned that I did not see. That's part of it. Okay. You're jamming out with my other three personalities with this music.
Hello, can you read this in a robot voice too? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Okay, let's fucking unpin this. Fucking unwrap it. Where the fuck were these fuckers? Piece of shit. I don't get it. Okay. I want these to be the exact same UV map. Wait. Hold up. I think I get it now. So let's do the map. Whoa! Let me show you the map. Whoa. You see the problem? Do you see what I've done? I've pinned the wrong thing. I've gone and unpinned wrong thing. Somehow. Yeah, see that? I had thought that was the palm. It was not the palm. It was the top of the hand. So there's that. Okay. Fucking oof. Right. Here's what we're gonna do. So theoretically, if I get this set up. If I get this set up like this over here, this should work. Ooh. Ah, cock. Okay. Gonna have to do UV surgery again. Fucking. Ugh. Alright, that, and. Is that it? I think so. Yeah, we'll use that. Okay, so move this away. That's pinned. Select all that. Unpin it. Unwrap. There we go. Now when we compare these two, pretty goddamn close to being similar. Not perfect. I just needed them to be close. And I didn't really expect them to be perfectly the same anyway, considering that, well, since they were rigged and moved and positioned, the topology is slightly different. So, all that it matters is that it was close. I got it close. Alright, we got our statue set up, and then we can get texturing. Sounds like a good idea. However, it is dinner time and I have not ate. So, I guess what we'll do is, I think I want to continue this. I'm going to take a break, probably about an hour or two, and then I'll be back. And I'll continue working. Does that sound good for everyone? Oh, wait, shit. I can't come back in 2 hours. I have D&D. Right, so I think I will have to end it here. And I won't be able to come back later because I'll be playing D&D. We have a Eberron campaign. So yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed the session. I will now be going. Please enjoy your sustenance and get the proper amount of inactivity. Goodbye, everyone.